Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm here doing a review of Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 13. Alright, so if you enjoy my videos, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, share my videos, get my name out there. I appreciate everyone who has been supporting my channel so far. I'm basically halfway close to getting my monetization. So I appreciate everyone who helped me make my dreams come true, and it will only going to get better from here. So, this episode review will be not traditional recap of everything that happened in the show. I'm just going to talk about certain key points that stood out to me that I want to talk about. And let's move forward. And if you want to have a discussion about any other things about in an episode you want me to discuss, put it in the comment section. I could commenting on that. All right, let's jump right into it. Okay, so we have Monique doing her podcast. She doing a live podcast, and she is naming it as redefining herself. She realized she had soul searching, and she realized that the fight should have never happened. It should have never taken there. I should not have fought the lady. When I wanted to apologize, things were legal, so it just went. It just stopped there, and she wanted continue her growth and her journey and show the ladies that if she is working on herself and really is improving on her self-worth. Mind you, this is doing the taping. Now we know what happened behind the scenes, that how she wrote a song about it. It was a whole spin campaign. She just said, this happened, I did this to her, this has happened, I did this to her, this happened, this happened, yada yada. Different versions of what her events was supposed to be was recounted, but what we saw is not what really happened. So we'll see in the reunion how well if she really is remorseful, or if she really is sorry, or what else doing that, because the reunion is getting recorded this time. It's not pre-recorded yet, so they didn't do the reunion yet. So we will see how she is now compared to a year later and up to this point. Yeah, she's doing interviews and stuff, and people feel like she's really still not taking accountability of what she has done. She wished that it never happened. Don't let it be like that. They'll give different versions of what you want to do or why you fought her and everything, even though you didn't even have a reason for fighting her. It is aggression that came out that day, and Candace got the brunt of it. That's it. Okay, so she wanted to do a podcast, and she wanted to redefine herself, and she wanted to invite all the ladies to the event to show them that she is taking the steps to better herself, because she don't want to get to that point again that she had to fight, and she getting older, and she don't need that type of drama in her life. That's what she's saying. So she called Robert, she called Giselle, she called Wendy, Ashley, Karen. She called all the ladies. And Cameron said she was going to attend it. And Ashley going to attend. And Robin was like, I think about it. You send me the information. Giselle said, thank you. Let me send me the information. And Wendy was like, well, you didn't really show remorse and everything and all that stuff. And how I know that you proved on it and you just went remorseful now. I think about attending. Send me the information. Cool. Now, my take on this is that in a group, when you have a particular culture and y'all thrive on a particular culture, which in this type of scene is talking ish to each other, reading each other, shading each other and everything, and it should not get physical. If somebody in the group breaks that culture, then it has consequences of the whole group, and also it shifts the dynamic of the group that y'all in. Some people might take your side, some people might take the other people's side, some people don't want to be there, some people don't want to be around you. Now, you can't get upset that people don't want to be around you because you broke the culture of the group. You went physical, you went violent, and had no remorse of it, and not showing anything. They don't have a care. So it's like, how can they trust you that you really prove and change? I guess I need to see it, but just because you have an event doesn't mean they're going to have to attend, because they still don't feel like you change, which is fine. At the same time, how can you know she's changing or not if you're not attending what she wants to do, and when she asks you to come forth and change it. I think at that meeting that she wanted them to have a sit down and she asked them to have that Cameron house, they wanted her to show remorse then, and then it would change the perspective of supporting her. But since she didn't have that, they just feel like she has to change. And how can you change in 2 weeks after you just told us that you didn't have any remorse? So I understand why they have a strife of attending Monique and not want to be around her, because that type of action and fighting the physicality when you're an adult now, it's tiring. We could talk all day, but when you get physical with me, it's like, come on now. I'm 34 years old now. I never had a fight since I was in middle school. I don't want to keep seeing fights on television. I don't like it. Like, yes, I watch Love and Hip Hop. I don't watch Basketball Wives anymore because it's getting too ratchet. And Love and Hip Hop is the same thing. It's starting getting too out there. So I've stopped really seeing it as that much. It's like when you younger, fight, that's something like, oh, you fight, all that stuff like that. You like to see that. It's entertaining. But now as you get older, you want to start seeing more adult conversation and sit down. And while Housewives, even though they had been altercations where physicality had happened, glasses thrown, tables just shaking and stuff like that. But most part, the Housewives franchise was about shading each other and talking smack and doing that, and it never got physical. So yes, that's why it's been taken to this aspect of wow, like really. And as adults, we can't be glorifying and say, oh yeah, okay, yeah, she talking smack, you get smacked down. Yes, we understand some people don't have that mentality to mature enough to have a verbal altercation with you, so they will fight. So sometimes you have to be mindful of who you're arguing with, because if you have somebody who know how to go back and forth with your words, then you know you're never going to get there, physical. But you have somebody who don't go back and forth, what you thought signed up for the show, who could handle this, but realize they always been a fighter and they can't handle when they get too heated and they have to resort to violence. Then you have to read that person and step away. So that's the aspects. Now everybody want to put 50-50. That's on y'all. Monique was wrong. She shouldn't have physical because that's all they was doing. Candace was clowning. She was funny, being comedic. Monique was taking it serious. Candace did not know that Monique was going to get serious. It was getting serious of her taunting and stuff. So, and then it went there. So, that's that. So, you can't blame Candace on how she feels. Whether or not you feel like she is going overboard or not with her her panic attacks and something like that. If you haven't been in a fight for a long time and somebody fights you for no reason, then you're going to have to feel some way about that as well. So, Monique had to understand that you can't dictate when somebody going to forgive you or support you. So you just got to wait your turn and stuff like that. But I do understand she want to get her chance to be shown, to have that same treatment and not ice her out. Which is funny that she feel like she being isolated and iced out. Because I feel like this whole season, the ladies, so what, was still trying to ice Candace since last season. And now this season, they were still trying to do that. But Candace was showing them that she's maturing and she's trying not to be there. Yeah, she still got her moments. But she was showing that she's not trying to engage and she was walking away and stuff like that. So, yes, it's like Karma bite Monique in behind because they were trying to do that. Candace ice her out of the group. But now Monique feel like that way. Now, her podcast, Kevin didn't show up because she said she felt kind of sick. So Monique is like, really? Oh, she been there because I've been there when I was pregnant that she couldn't come in. But it did show pictures on Instagram and Twitter that Cameron did show a couple of podcasts. So I want to know if it was, she didn't show that one because she told me that Cameron went to she had 3 of them and Cameron went to 2 of the 3. So maybe this one that they filmed is the one that Cameron intended. And Ashley came. Now, before her podcast event, Ashley told Monique about what Cameron told Candace. And now Monique said, what? Because Monique knows it went legal. And she said, what? So she telling me one thing, and then she telling her another thing, and she's straddling the fence between us two. I know it's difficult being in the middle, but how you gonna tell me things, and then you telling her this, give her a battery to make her press charges. She never told Candace to press charges. You told her if it was me, I will press charges. I didn't say to go ahead and press charges. Whether Candace will go to press charges or not, she asked me my opinion. I told her what I would do. Whether that gave her leeway, not. Candace said, Cameron didn't tell me specifically to do that. I will decide to do that myself based on the action that Monique was taking after the fight. But that's that. So now it's like how Monique gonna handle Karen now or tackle Karen because now Monique feel type of way about that. So I said, oh no, Ashley, why you tell her that? So we'll see how that goes. And that's that. Ashley is supporting her friend, which is fine. Even after altercation, like I said, you can't dictate how people go support you and how they feel about being around you. Some people will support you, some people will not. So we'll see the journey as it goes. Now, on the same token, I'm gonna talk about Wendy. I don't know how I feel about her. I do like her some way because her mindset, her education, her degrees, and how she is very political viewed based and how she handles things, how she tackle things. But at the same time, it's really she does come a little bit judgmental a little bit because when Monique asks Wendy to attend an event, she would say, "Oh no," stuff. But then she would have a wand with Wendy is a power with women. So Monique is a woman as well. So as some way, shape, or form, even though I did say you can't dictate how people gonna react to you and support you in your event. But at the same time, all Wendy had to say, you know what, Monique, I appreciate you taking the steps of building yourself. I appreciate that. I appreciate you extending an invitation. And right now, I can attend your event, but I do want to see the growth you having. That's where you could say, okay, let me the information. I can see if I come or not, but I do understand and appreciate you taking the steps of bettering yourself. And instead of saying what she said in the episode of, nah, you was not being forceful, how do I feel you go change now when you go to the event? It just felt very off-putting and judgmental. And you, at the same token, you're having an empowerment event. So, yes, you don't have to come to the event of Monique, but you can't say you're a power woman when you're being judgmental for one woman who just had a bad break. Now, like I said, at that present time. So it's troubling. That's what I'm saying. That fight just shifted everything in the group. So Wendy event, she did her political viewpoint. It was a nice little speech that she gave and little things and interaction and talk about different topics and how political does shape different changes and it's important to vote and stuff like that and how politics does help shape different viewpoints and lead to different directions. So it's fine. And Robin came and it was like with that wig, that was terrible. People saw in the confession they was reading Robin for filth with that red hair, red and black hair, and that streaks hair. And I said, "Oh girl, Robin, you had that blonde hair. And that blonde hair was looking nice on you, girl. You should have kept a nice little blonde wig if you want to go long. Kept the blonde, girl. That color was not. That's it. I don't know if it was the color or it's the wig itself. I think it was the wig itself that it threw her off. Because when she went short hair, people liked the short hair look on Robin. So that's that. And then at the same breath, I think, what was it? Giselle told the group that Wendy told her about Karen giving her half of her money to help Ray. And now Giselle feel like she need to talk to her because Karen is going through a lot. And she usually don't share things like that at open. Now she's open and sharing things. Something might be going through. Something might be going in her marriage. Well, we all know it is something going on. But it's crazy that Wendy would share that and told Giselle, you know, that's kind of messy. Well, we'll see how that go back because you know that Kim will have a problem with that. And that's that. We'll post that. I think that's next week. They're gonna have a sit down and Giselle gonna tell Cameron that Wendy told her that, and now Cameron and Wendy will have a little back and forth. Okay, I want to talk about the Cameron, Candace, and then a little bit of Wendy at the end of the episode. Now, Candace talked to Cameron and felt like, yes, she's friends with both of them, but Candace feel like she should literally immediately tell Monique that she was wrong, and she was definitely wrong for putting her hands on me. And you want to be both her friends, but you got to let her know that she was definitely wrong. She basically want to say Cameron to tell her that she is wrong, that Monique is definitely wrong. Now Cameron said it's very assumptive that you maybe want me to pick sides and hold Monique accountable and choose a side of who's right and wrong. At the same time, I support both of y'all ladies. And if the shoe was on the foot and you was in Monique's position, I would help you. Because she said last year, Candace, when you was being a villain because you was going after Ashley, she coddled you, she helped you and all that stuff, and she was on your side. So the same token that Monique is having issues now, she want to be there for Monique. Now, Karen did tell Monique a couple times in her face that you was wrong. You messed up. You shouldn't have never done that. And she did say that to Candace. But you was not going to make her choose sides, and you not going to make her pick a side. Because that's what she feel like y'all trying to do. And she going to be there for her friend. And she said if the roles were reversed and you the one who beat up Monique, then I would have been there for you. Which is fine. Karen standing her ground. She's not shaking her ground. She's standing on the fence, which it is tough to straddle a fence when you have two fences in the hours of shaking. I personally would stay out of it. I said, listen, stay out of it. Now, if they ask you for my opinion, I will give my opinion. But don't get mad if I give my opinion. And I still friends with both of y'all. But stay out of it. When it comes to advice giving, I won't give no advice. I said, okay, what you want to do? What you going to do? That's how you feel like you want to go for? That's how you feel strongly about it? Go for it. I won't say nothing because they're going to try to come back to you and say, oh, well, she said this. I said, no, I ain't saying nothing. You said that. Okay? I'm keeping neutral and I'm staying out of it. No advice given, but you ask for my opinion, who's right or wrong, I would say it. She was wrong for putting her hands on you because that's not the culture of what it was given of the show. Physical would never happen because we all was talking smack. More things were said that was very damaging than what Kendall said that night at the fight. That was warranting a beatdown. So if we're going to go by talking smack, then everybody should have got beat up in the show. Then it would have been like, okay, whatever, that's what happened. This is what happened to the show. But it didn't happen that way. So now Whitney came down and Ken was like, maybe something is medically wrong with Monique. And I get a Dr. Stone that's saying that she's not anything wrong with her. I'm going to stand by her and say that no, she must have something going on wrong with her, that she can't handle her anger. And maybe it's true because she never really dealt with her aggression. She never really dealt with the bullying. She never really dealt with a lot of stuff. So she held all that stuff in and she need help. Now, I don't know if it's a medical condition that she is just violent angry. And yes, it does have a period of time that Monique does have violent tendencies. So, but Wendy said, no, she is not, no. You can't say you blacked out and then coming around and going around and say you want to kill this girl and all that stuff. Yes, I don't agree that Monique blacked out. She probably blacked out that 1 second. But she knew what she was doing that night of the event. She didn't even completely blacked out. She was fully aware of what she was doing. And so she was like, I'm not going down this road with y'all. So we're going to have our little moment. But I said what I said. I mean what I said. And y'all not going to make me choose a side. And I said, okay, Karen, say what you got to say. Let Candace know. But Candace said, at the end of the day, I just feel like, yes, you told me this, that, but she was wrong for putting her hands on me. And this is that. And just say that she was wrong. That's all I wanted to hear. And then they ended it that way. And then said, okay, cool. But I think it's never going to be the same now. Because Cameron straddled the fence and they wanted to choose side. And now they were saying, I never asked her to choose side. I just want her to hold Monique accountable. She told you that she told Monique wrong. Now, if you want to hear her say that to Monique in the face, y'all got to get in the same room. But that's not going to happen. So, we see how that goes. But that was Potomac, y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how y'all feel about this episode. Like I said, Monique, you can't dictate how people go feel about you after what you have done to change the dynamic of the group. Yes, Cameron said something about Candace's mouth and how she is very intelligent, but her mouth is vicious. And now Candace does have to realize she needs to work on saying some things and keeping things under wrap and not be too war with the mouth sometimes. That's what she could work on. She has something to work on. Monique has something to work on. Whether that fight needs to happen, no, it shouldn't. Whether Monique should have hit Candace first, no, it shouldn't. So that's on her because she took it to the whole extreme. So it was on Monique. Now, if everybody say Candace is a fault as well, Candace only at fault for engaging into the verbal exchange with them, which is something that all these ladies have done all 5 seasons. So this situation didn't make any different for anything else. Whether she said she dragged you, all that stuff, a lot of stuff, whatever. That's just words. Because somebody told you your job to drag them, will you do that knowing that you might get fired? Because in 9 to 5, we will get fired. This is television. They have some more leeway. Okay? So, that was my take on it. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to y'all later. Alright?